Hello, hello, high performers. Woo woo. We are here live with Samantha Gooden, my good friend, part of my tribe. She is a life coach and an amazing marketing strategist. So, Samantha, thank you so much for joining us.
Listen, I love talking to you. You know, I said it before and I'm saying it again. I would talk to you all day, every day. You're that awesome.
Yeah, well, same. Same. Thank you so much. And we're going to be spending some time together soon. So I'm
Yeah,
like
just next
totally
week.
psyched
Next
about
week
that.
it's gonna be crazy.
I'm really excited about it. So let's kind of dive in. I wanted to invite Samantha on here because not only is she awesome, she's an awesome marketer, she's a life coach, she's a strategist, and she also helps women, female entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs. So we are very aligned in that. And so we're going to talk about a few things. So you want to just dive in?
Yeah, man, let's go for it.
Okay. So I'm going to look at my phone here to check out who's in. There's a bit of a lag.
Yeah, which is the joy of the technology.
Yeah, we'll show up at some point. Susan, my VA, is stuck at the grocery store. She's going to tag some people. I was going to invite some people, but yeah, they're getting an ice storm in Michigan. She lives in Michigan.
Well, I see that you're live. You're in my news feed right now.
I don't see myself in the group, in my group.
Welcome to Secrets. Okay, hold on. No, sorry.
This happened to me yesterday during my live too. Couldn't see myself on the.
Yeah, it happens to me. It's happened to me before too, but I am inside your group and I can see you.
Okay,
right
cool. So let's just roll. And
June Chang is watching. So hi, June.
Hi, June. Yeah, do that for me because I can't tell. Can you do that for me until I can?
Will.
Awesome. Until I can show up. Is that June Chang?
Yes, June Chang is very here.
June Chang owns a marketing business. She did some awesome work for me for my therapy practice.
Awesome. Hi, June. Really great to meet you.
Hey, hi, June. Hey, June, can you hashtag live and give us some hearts? I know you will because you love me.
I'm also hearting. My finger is on the heart button as we speak.
Yay. Okay, so let's dive in. I love your concept of marketing. Could you share that with us?
Yeah, you know what happens? Most times when people think about marketing, they think about it as this really complex thing. It usually gives, like, I have a course that's called Marketing Launch Secrets that I take women through. And almost every woman who comes into the program says, oh my God, I hate the thought of marketing myself. They just feel anxious. They don't want to put themselves out there. But when you really think about it, we are all marketers. We're marketing every single day. And I say that because marketing, the definition I use of marketing is the shifting of perception with the intention of a sale. Essentially, that is leadership. Because leadership is influence, nothing more and nothing less. So if you have ever convinced your child to eat a banana or asked a taxi driver to take you from one place to another, you have been helping shift behavioral pattern through decision making. And essentially, that's what marketing is. If you're on a job and you're trying to get to from one level to another level of your career, you are marketing yourself in order to do that. And, you know, for those of us who are in more traditional marketing, we develop products or we work with products and services to help other customers change their behavior because they're not buying. So that's the behavior that we want to change and get them to change it. But because of all of this kind of haze around marketing, and the word can mean so many things to different people, I really have dedicated, I can now say I've dedicated a considerable part of my life trying to make sure that we break that down and get as many women feeling much more confident about themselves and about their marketing message, whether that's a personal brand, whether that's their product, whether that's their course, because we all have amazing things inside of us that should be shared with the world, Marianne.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think we're more comfortable with the word marketing. I love that though. Marketing is is leadership, and we are always influencing people, whether we know it or not. I did a post in my group the other day about selling, about sales. And it seems that so many women struggle with sales. I know I have gone through my own journey with sales, and you and I have talked about women marketing and sales. And marketing in a different way, because there's a lot of masculine energy around marketing, and women, we just, it doesn't speak to us in the same way.
No. I mean, we have seen it in multiple ways. So, especially when it comes to the sales message, very often we're told that you have to go hard and you have to approach it in a particular kind of way, but it turns women off. And what I've started saying is that selling really is, if you stop thinking about it as selling, which can sometimes feel sleazy and just disingenuous, and you realize that you are serving, right? You're serving because all of you are bringing all of yourself to the table to help a person get from one place to another. And most of us care so much about what we're doing that we would bend over backwards to make sure another person is better from having met us. So really, you're not selling. You're serving them and helping them to become a better person, whether that's with a product or with yourself or with your course. And that comes with value every single time. And in order for us to truly exchange our value, right, we want to make sure it's a fair exchange. So we're going to be giving, so we're women, right? We're going to be giving so much more than what we're charging. And therefore we should be very confident about charging whatever we should charge. So can I share this with you, right?
Yes, yes.
I have this thing that's called the Get It Done strategy, which I've been sharing with my group and some of my participants, because I recognize that most women are afraid to launch. Right? If we get into momentum, it's not so bad, but we're afraid to launch. We have all of these limiting beliefs that are stopping us. We just don't want to move forward, right? And I call that, it's kind of the inertia factor, right? Inertia is that force that stops you from being able to move from where you are to where you want to be. And so one of the best things that you can do, I mean, you're already in this group, so you have a support system, but be very clear where you want to go. Truth is, most people aren't that happy that it's 2020 and it's a brand new decade. A lot of people are actually quite stressed out about that, Marianne. I don't know if you know any, but I was talking to one of my friends just today, and she's totally stressed out about it because there are so many unknowns. But if you can focus on one thing, find that one thing, and then start moving towards that, you will start seeing shifts and changes, and you'll be able to push through some of that inertia. You just want to get into action.
Okay. So many things I could say here. I want to pull back. Okay. Get into action. Okay. Imperfect action.
Massive.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing. We don't need to go in. That's a whole nother life. But so one, if you're feeling not so great about 2020, if you're feeling some fear, it's okay. You are not alone. I think also social media, there are so many posts about killing it and what are you going to do in 2020, and then if we're not feeling quite that excited about it, we feel badly. And I hear you saying it's okay. Just take some action and you'll feel better.
You definitely will. And the truth is, yes, it's a brand new decade. And yes, having a 10-year plan would be awesome. But how about mapping out the next 90 days? How about mapping out your next 90 days of the impact that you want to make? What I know, Marianne, is that Marianne, just as we've got some great people on. Just before I make that point, we've got Emlyn Say. Hi, Emlyn. We've got Sharon Gist. Spencer Burnett is here. Woo! Yay! We've got Katie Gonelli. We've got Kerry Faith Knudson. We've got Natasha McCoy and Jenny Emerson.
Oh my gosh. So many amazing, beautiful women and one man.
Yes.
And he's a beautiful man. Good. And I don't know, my internet is, I'm just going to thank you so much for doing that for me because I can't even get on it on my phone. So thank you. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So just do it. Just do something, tiny pieces, 90 days, have like one goal.
But you see, the thing is, so, you know, that kind of Nike has made Just Do It popular, but it isn't always that easy, right? And so what I'm realizing, a lot of the women that I meet, and maybe you'll find the same thing for the women here, we're multi-passionate entrepreneurs, right? So therefore, we're not interested in only one thing. Yes, I'm a marketer, but listen, I love singing, right? I had a project that was considered for a Grammy last year. Woohoo! But you know, that's not where I'm putting all of my focus. I also love eating, and I love my friends and my family, and I also want to work on multiple other ideas. And almost every woman that I speak to says, "Yes, Samantha, I know I want to do this, but I also want to do that, and I've got that." So the goal here is, even if you're not sure that the thing you're working on is your ultimate thing, you need to get started on something.
Yeah.
So you said it, right? Taking action, even if it's imperfect action, going for it. So this is a classic line that I hear. No, but I want it to be perfect. It has to be perfect. If I'm going to put it. Have you heard that?
I've worked with women for 25 years who have said that to me over and over in therapy and now in coaching. Yes. We don't. This is a tangent. I want to bring us back to marketing as service because I think that's such an important point. But perfectionists don't know what imperfect action really means.
Yes.
We don't have a concept of imperfect, like what does that even mean? Well, that's that's a mindset thing. And that's part of what my program is going to be.
And I can't wait for your program, by the way. As a recovering perfectionist, wink, 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 wink.
Always in recovery. It's like an addiction. Really, you're always in recovery. I'm serious. I'm serious. It is debilitating.
It totally. But here's it. If what I've started telling myself is start with something. So what is your something going to be? If you can determine your something and be decisive about it, then that's where you're going to get into momentum. And perhaps you'll discover after 30 days or 10 days that you want to shift in a direction. If you're in stasis, if you don't move, then you won't see any changes. It's in the movement. It's as we do the work that the vision becomes clear. So what are some of the things that we can do to keep marketing in ourselves and keep? Well, first thing, we keep going to it because I don't think we can get away from it, and that's mindset. There is a really cool thing.
That's what.
But here's this. It's kind of a one-word vision statement, right? So you don't even have to go really far. A one-word vision statement. Most companies, and many of you may have heard of, the mission statement and the vision statement. They're usually these long things. But a one-word vision statement is a word that resonates with you, and a word that you want to resonate with the world, right? Mm-hmm. So on a coaching call earlier this week, no lie, one of the members of my program said, "You know what, Samantha, I can't do it as one word. It's going to be 2 words, and it's going to be, what did she say? It's going to be wildly successful." Wildly successful. When people connect with me, I want them to feel wildly successful, and I want to exude energy that's wildly successful, right? Mm-hmm. So every time she's going to start feeling like you can't do it, she's going to start embodying the wildly successful energy. And as she brings that to the table, it's going to be, okay, so if I were feeling really wildly successful, what would my next action be, right? Mm-hmm. For me, my one word vision statement is abundance. I want every woman to know that you are abundantly able, that there are abundant marketing tools and skills that you have. You just may not be calling them that, but that's exactly what's available to you. And that there are abundant ways for you to become your absolute best self. You don't have to close yourself in. There are just so many ways, and marketing doesn't have to be complicated. And I recognize that that then leads to a whole sentence, whether that's clarity, whether that's love or connection. I mean, that's one of the reasons that you and I are even here today, because of our connection, and we went the extra mile and put ourselves out there. So I'd say one of the first things you can do to help you get out of inertia is start thinking, how do I want to show up in the world? And what is the one word or the two words that represent that? And then start thinking, okay, if I am that, what will that mean? How will I speak? What will my energy be? How will I dress? How will I show up? How will I connect with the people of my workplace? How will I go into my business?
Love it. I love it, because you are putting those words in your conscious mind, and you are thinking and taking action as you have the vision of what that word is and what it means to you in mind. So my word is community.
Woo!
So if I want to create community, I have to show up. Like, I started my career in community organizing. What does a community organizer do? They go and talk to people, and they knock on doors, and they show up. And so if you feel a little angst too, that might be telling you like you're not in alignment with your word. You're not.
Gosh, you're touching on something here, because you know what happens a lot of times as women, we do what we believe we should be doing, or we try to behave the way we think society wants us to behave, rather than selecting a word and selecting behavior that is true to us, right? So it's just, you want to check in with that alignment piece.
Here's the second part of that too. We want to be around and surround ourselves with people who represent that word to us, who can shine that light back onto us. That is so powerful. That is.
I'm writing that down. I'm writing that down. That is beautiful.
Because then it gets reflected back to you, and who you hang out with matters. And we become who we hang out with. So if you choose people to be in your orbit, breathing the same air as you, there's this symbiotic relationship that starts to happen, and you kind of humans mirror each other in their interactions.
Yeah.
And that kind of takes us back to marketing, right?
Yeah.
Like, showing up on a sales call, maybe if you're more comfortable, call it something else. If that word, somebody used the word, I was talking to her about putting her own picture on her profile, because I forget what picture she had, but I went to her page, and you really couldn't tell she was selling anything at all. And she said, well, I just put when I'm selling something, I just put it in the stories, in the Facebook stories, because I don't want my page to look salesy. And to us, salesy means like sleazy, like we're trying to talk somebody into something that they don't need or want. And that is not what we're doing. And that's not what she's doing.
Yeah.
Sorry,
so, gosh, this one we could talk about all night. And I'm happy you said that. So I'd like to help just zone us in on shifting our perception a little bit about social media. It's called social media for a reason, because yes, it's a space to be social, but ultimately, if as an entrepreneur, you want to be using every single channel that you have in the back to marketing as a way to share your message, right? So if back in the day, before there was social media and it was traditional media, we had radio, we had TV. Yeah. And depending on the TV station that you chose, you knew who you were speaking to. What Facebook and the rest of your social media has done is it has taken you and turned you into a channel. You are a specific channel for the people that you're attracting or the people that you presently have in your purview. So if you're not sharing that crystal clear message or resonating that vision, that one word vision statement to them, you're actually doing them and yourself a huge disservice, right? Because remember, we're not selling, we're really serving. There is someone right now who needs what you have, right? As a recovering perfectionist, I can say, Marianne, I cannot wait until your course comes out, right? But even for me, I had the challenge. I mean, goodness, is anyone going to want to know? I have 15 plus years of marketing experience. I have it in the traditional corporate space. I've worked with multinationals, and now I'm working with solopreneurs and small to medium businesses. And I started wondering, oh my goodness, is anyone going to listen? Is this really going to help? We all have those thoughts, but until you stop, you remember, what is my one word vision statement? Who do I want to represent? Who do I want to speak to? And then start showing up in that way on your social space. You can do that by drinking a glass of water and exuding the message, right? Suddenly, the things that you do in everyday life start, it's really about target segmentation, but they start in this direction of congruence, right? Everything becomes aligned. So whether you're walking the dogs, it's all aligned with your overarching message. And we need to see you because people buy people. So in your social space, let us see you. Let us hear your voice. Start going live. I am a proponent of going live. Use Facebook Live and use the Facebook algorithm as a way to flip the scales on yourself. So my challenge to you as we talk about getting out of inertia is, what is one thing that you can do to, one, really define who you want to represent and how you want to represent yourself in the world. What's one thing? And then what is one channel that you can use to make yourself very, very visible? I use the V word. How can you be more visible?
Okay, can you say hello? Oh, I can see my stuff now, I think.
Yay!
Well, Katie,
awesome.
Hi, Katie. Aman, hi, Aman. We have a lot of people here. This is so exciting.
Yes.
Okay, Aman, Katie. That's all I can see. Can you see more people?
Yes. So we've got Katie, we've got Iman, we've got Samantha. Ooh, this is Samantha Luke here.
Ooh,
love it. And there's Marianne also watching.
Oh yes. Okay. Awesome. Marianne Pantalon, right?
No, Marianne, you. It actually showed that you just came into the chat. It's really funny.
Oh, okay. Oh geez. Okay. Weird. All right. So maybe it'd be fun to have if any of you guys want to share what your one word would be. Even for like, the year, or even for the next 90 days, what word resonates with you? What word gets you excited? You can put it in the chat. That'd be fun. Give us some hearts.
Yes, please.
Hashtag lives, please. That'd be awesome. If you're catching it live.
I'm gonna go hashtag live right now.
I guess I can too if I'm watching.
All right, cool. Hashtag live. Yeah, so the thing is, we each have our way of, I suppose, communicating, right? Right. We all have our own way of communicating. And there's a thing around, I don't think we have time to go into it, but I've created a thing called the marketing launch formula. One part of it is called experience, right? Your tribe, the people who you're to connect with, the people who you want to sell, they want to experience you. They don't want to experience another person, a carbon copy. They want to experience you. And as you start embodying your one-word vision statement, this is how they get to really experience you in a major way, because you start making this unique to you. Okay, so for community, Marianne, you create an awesome community, and you're doing it in your way. It's women. It's women who are successful. You're going to be talking, and you already talk very openly about several challenges that no one else speaks about, right? I love it, and I absolutely love your community. That's part of the experience. And ethically, we're able to use neurotransmitters to connect with every single human being in this way. You can use dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins to do that. And I'll just say that ultimately we all want to be creating community. There are people who love you, there are people who support you, and utilizing them this year is what's going to help to grow your brand in a phenomenal way.
I think it is very, this is what I've done in the in the last year is I've been very intentional about, like I was saying earlier, really, really meeting people who align with my vision, with doing good things in the world, wanting to go bigger, really wanting more. And I have had, the book I'm in just came out today, where I wrote about an extremely difficult time in my life 25 years ago.
Congratulations, Marianne.
Thank you. Thank you. This past year, 2019, has been also a very difficult year for me. Probably as difficult as my year 25 years ago. And it's weird how things come full circle. It's been a very difficult year, but because with intention, I have put myself out there, even though I felt uncomfortable and scared. I have met the most amazing people this year. When you open yourself to opportunity, and that might start with a word. Katie's word is miraculous.
Wow.
That's awesome. Like, feel that word. What actions align with you to that word miraculous, Katie? Like, what do you want to do with that word? How does that vibration of that word feel? And for me, it was community last year too. Even though I was going through a lot of challenges, I still, it's like the word was like my North Star, right? I am going to connect with these people I don't know. I'm going to meet them. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to do it. And it's so important that we create that roadmap for ourselves. It doesn't have to be a roadmap for the next 25 years, because that's going to change. But just focusing on the moment too, and how that feels to you, what that means to you. But you do have to be intentional about your action.
Yeah. There's actually, a form of marketing called intent-based marketing. Essentially, just being intentional about your messaging, intentional about where you go, and adding some more to this. We don't have to be all salesy and sleazy. We can be ourselves and attract the right people. Absolutely attract the right people to us. So I think just that one thing, Marianne. I love marketing. Waking up in the middle of the night, and I could talk to you about it, for hours. But I think if that were one key takeaway that we could do from this call, establish what your one word vision statement is going to be, right? Who do you want to embody? What do you embody and want to embody? What word is that going to be? And then say, how will I implement this? What does implementation look like? What action can I take today around that? That will keep you in momentum in all those times when things start going awry. And they will, because apparently that's part of it.
Oh, those lessons. Lessons. Yeah. Yes, I think that's a great way to end this. And that's such a beautiful, inspirational suggestion. And that I didn't even know you were going to come on. I did not know Samantha was going to come on and talk about that. And that is what I do. That is, I've been doing that. I had no idea you were going to talk about that. The word, the North Star, the people, and taking that imperfect action. Somebody says, yes, Samantha's are the best, and you even pronounced my last name correctly. Yay! Are there any other comments before we go, though? I want to make sure we...
All right, so we've got Samantha. Samantha's absolutely, we do connect. We are the best, totally. I agree with you. Katie says she's so big on getting clear when thinking the way that I said. It's huge. Otherwise, we don't know where we're going. That's true. That's really, really true. All right, Katie also said, hello, ladies, we're bringing it. And then that's it for all of the comments. Facebook's been telling us all of the people who have been watching. You have an amazing audience, Marianne.
Thank you. Well, you're in our group, so would you be available to answer any comments or questions that come for the replay?
Totally. And I just want you to know, marketing is nowhere near as complicated as some people are making you think. So if you ever have any questions, want to do an ideation session, you just want to brainstorm, oh my goodness, this is one of the things I love. So I'm more than willing to help.
I love you so much.
Love you too. Can't wait to see you next week.
I know. I'm so excited. Have a great evening, you guys, and a wonderful weekend. And says we'll be working on my word. Thank you for the homework. Yay.
Awesome.
Mindset Reset starts Monday, ladies.
Woo!
Woo! Okay. Talk to you soon.
Bye.